say something about your show?
I shit on myself in the womb.
Stop, Phil.
You fucking stink.
You know what? Fuck this.
Oh, because it's Hollingsworth, but it's worth less.
I don't want to hear about whatever you have to say.
The worthless of the week.
Yeah.
Hey, you just gonna sit up there the whole time?
That's the fucking Phil Fox scorpion. It's a move, man. You fucking dummy. Ugh. Then what the fuck? How is it racist? Black people. Oh, God. Oh, shoot me now, dude. Just shoot me now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Just me. Welcome to the HollingsWorthless program. Sean should be here shortly. I just inhaled some cheese balls. It's usually not cheese. What? Anyways, I'm your host, Big Irish J Hollingsworth, and this is the HollingsWorthless program. Let me give a quick shout out to everybody in here. I know I have cheese shit in my fucking teeth and everything. We got Alice Mariah in here early, talking about her food's gonna get cold. We have Jeff Ferguson. What's up, Jeff? Sanders Robinson. You can't see me? Oh no. Are you serious? You can't see me? Can't see me. Okay. Sean was having this problem. Can't see you. Can't see you. Okay, what the fuck is happening? So it might have been Sean was in here earlier and he was like, you can't see you, and I thought it was his problem. Let's change camera. That's the camera. That should be working. General. Oh no, what has happened? My blackness. Your blank screen. What the fuck? Let me try something really quick. You know what? I'm gonna try and enter from another stream. I need Sean to get back here. What the fuck? Watch this. What's up? Can you see me now? Oh, everything's echoing. Shut up, Patrick. Let's see. Okay, you can see me now. You can see me now. Still good? Everything's still good? Jesus, what a clusterfuck. Not a one-man show. Sean should be here shortly. I got to tell him. He was on here earlier, and he said he couldn't see me or hear me, and I told him it was him, but apparently you guys are telling me it was me. I'm telling him now to come back. Couldn't see me. Come back. Patrick, I should have you jump in here. Okay, good. You guys can hear me fine? Here we go. This is going to be... Sean, can you see me? Yes. Sean, it was never you. It was me. Everybody in the chat was like, we can't see you. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless program. As always, I'm... What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? I brought you back. Baby,
you know how back? I have multi-factor authentication on a different machine, dude. It was a whole like scientific expedition to make this thing work. That's cool. Good.
Sean lives in the penthouse, so he had to run down 8 flights of stairs because he's got so many levels. Anyways, sorry, Sean, but we're good to go now. Yeah, I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J, and not as always. We're going the dynamic duo today because Tyler and Manulus are doing. They have other priorities, which is fine. But as always, we have the mechanable Sean McCann. Hey, Sean.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me back.
Should we do it like this, Sean?
No.
And
there we go.
All right, let's give a shout out to everybody in here. Okay, so we got Alice Mariah, Jeff Ferguson, Sanders Robinson, Felicia, N-Word, Nobody Likes Onion, a.k.a. Patrick Melton, and I think Kay Ioka. What up, Kay? Daphne Parks, and that's everybody. Okay.
What
All right.
wasn't working, by the way? Not to bore people with, but what was going on?
Everybody was like, we can hear you, but we can't see you. It was just
Oh.
I don't know. So I just logged in on another screen. Patrick, yeah, why would you want to take up the whole screen? Okay, Patrick.
He likes it this way better too. He's just saying that. Dude, it looks dumb when you do that stacked vertical thing. Do it again. Let's see it.
Let's do this one.
Yeah, that. Ugh.
You like that one?
No. Change it. Change it quick.
All right. Okay, everybody, we're gonna have a great show today. We're so thankful everybody's joining us, even you too, Patrick. You know what I wanted to start off with, Sean, that you don't even know. You don't even know what you were talking about yesterday. Explain everybody post your age in here, if you don't mind. I want to know who's the youngest person in here. And then,
if you don't want to post your age, no, just post your age. It does. Honestly, we're past that.
Who gives a fuck? I'm the oldest person in this whole fucking thing, probably.
Right. I'm probably close to youngest. I'm 36.
But either way, I want you 30. Okay, we got 30. Alice Mariah is 30. Nobody Likes Onions is 329 years old. Jesus. You should. I want you to what we were talking about the other day. Explaining how to somebody that's millennial. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and below. There's other generations now too.
What's the youngest generation called?
I don't know. So the ones that are right after the millennials, like there's some group, I can't remember who it is, but they come up with all these names. You know, Gen X, millennial, all this kind of stuff. So baby boomer, all that. So they came up with a new name for the people after the millennials, and they were called founders. They were going to be called the founders. And actually, that's the face I made till I heard the thought behind it was they were going to essentially rebuild and fix everything the millennials messed up. So they were going to be the founders. Yes, they were going to be the founders of the new fixed pro crumble state of the country.
Horseshit.
Yeah, now they're just even. Yeah. So, okay. So are you asking? So this is about that conversation we had yesterday.
About.
Yeah. So it's weird. It was just a thought. We were just talking. Jay came by. We were bullshitting about stuff. And one of the things that came up is think about like a phone. And I'm not going into, I know people like we do this and people now do this because it's the smartphone.
Do they really do that? Do people?
Oh, yeah. Like if they talk on the phone, they do this. And it's a really, that's weird. And we're not going down that. But think about this. If you had to explain something to somebody who you have to understand, somebody who's like 21 now was born in 01. Like that's nutty. Was born in 2001.
Crazy.
So those are people who probably that was right towards the end of the phase out of the landline phone. So think about the idea of like talking to somebody about you have to pick up the receiver. Okay, first off, what's that? But once you pick up, which is that?
Patrick at a gay bar.
That got really loud all of a sudden for some reason.
Sorry.
So then you pick up the receiver, and then you have to wait for this thing called a dial tone, and it's like this multi-layered 16-bit sound that happens. And if you hear that, it means now you can dial the numbers on the phone for somebody you're going to call. But you have to really kick that into somebody's head that you're telling that to, because it's not that you're just dialing numbers. They've done that when they call maybe like the dentist or something, or I should have gone down a different road. But anyway, dude, but we really like to call our friends. You'd be like, oh, I got to call Mark. And then you would type in that 7-digit number. And also we didn't deal with area codes. And some people I think still don't deal with area codes, but it was never like 206, So, but it's just weird, like thinking about that you'd have to explain the 16-bit sound and that meant something. That meant that you are all clear to dial in a number, but then you had to have a whole range of numbers in your head. Like, dude,
yeah,
it's totally different. Now you just like swipe if you have a Samsung and it just calls it up.
Oh, yeah. Remember this? San Francisco 49er girl, what up? She goes, we used to call a number to know the time.
Oh, my God, we did. Yeah. Or like if you wanted to find out what was playing, dude, you'd call up the movie place and you'd just let it run. And, dude, you'd have to wait like till the 8th one because it hasn't said your movie yet. And you're just piling
Hello, and welcome to Movie Phone.
Jesus.
Jeff
Dude,
Ferguson.
yeah, who knows?
Jeff Ferguson. What is this show all about? You stay and find out. Who knows? It changes week to week.
There's usually 4 of us, but today there's 2 of us. But we're glad to have you here, man. Join
Yeah.
the conversation.
Yeah, dude. Hello and welcome to Movie Phone.
And for everybody, by the way, tonight is going to be a Nobody Likes Onions live stream at some point tonight. So after this show,
that's right.
Pile over there. Pile over there.
We should invite Patrick on sometime.
We should. We really should.
Should I send him a link for an invite right now?
Oh yeah, Jeff. Yeah, send him an invite.
All right,
send
you know what?
Invite.
All right, Melton, you fuck. I'm going to send you an invite.
But you have to go upstairs to do it on your mic. You have to call it on your mic, not your phone.
Yeah. All right, keep going, Sean.
We have some good comments or some good questions. Now, I'm as you can see, different background again. This is a new studio. As you can see, I got a ladder behind me for those people watching right now, which if you're not watching the live stream, you're listening to an audio podcast, which the majority of our folks do. Dude, come on over. It's consistent every Tuesday, 5:30. Come watch the video. It's a lot of fun. And you'd also be able to see that I have a ladder here because I'm under construction and a poster that I'm going to hang. Dude. But really, that's just set stuff, so I just didn't have a blank wall behind me. But let's see.
Patrick said, shows like this really make it clear that Manny is the one that holds it together.
I had
freewheeling, buddy. Go ahead.
Had my screen over here with all of our topics, but since this whole mess up happened, dude, now I have to use my phone again. Like I was all set up with all my new stuff here, and now I can't even use any of it. Are we going to talk about Don't Look Up? Didn't we do that last week?
Yeah.
I remember I was like, dude, that's a pile of dog shit.
Yeah. Yep. Do you want to start with the rap report or the fart jar girl?
Yeah. What's fart jar girl? I don't know if I know what that is. She's
okay, so yeah, there's a whole thing. Most people have probably seen. There was a viral video of her talking about how she makes money. I guess she was on 90 Day Fiance or some horseshit show.
Boo.
So to make money, she'll fart in a jar and send it to you, Sean.
I think I did hear about her. Yeah.
You know how much each jar? You might have already seen it in the note.
How much?
1,000 a jar. And she made and she made 200,000 selling these fucking fart jars. But she
created 200,000. You said, and she created 400,000 in medical bills to treat pink eye across the nation.
I was just going to say she actually is in the hospital, but it's not from pink eye. It's from all the food she was eating to create so that she would have gas. She thought she had a heart attack, but it was just like her diet's all fucked up.
Okay, then you know what, dude? Then I'm not as mad about this story anymore. You know why? Because she's keeping true to her word. She's selling an honest product. Because she could have just phoned it in and just sealed all the lids and sent them out. But instead, she's really farting into these jars. That's crazy.
And then I'm looking at all the people are still tripping off the phone. Let me see. Case said, I remember the movie times in the newspapers. Yeah, that's true. And then Felicia said, I used to love playing on an old rotary phone as a kid. I would pretend I had to make important phone calls.
Oh yeah, on those little toy ones.
Back when we were like, oh, it's going to be so cool to be an adult and pay bills and everything. Ugh.
I don't know.
Yeah, so this fart jar girl chick, she also she would sometimes film herself for people doing it. I guess I don't know if it was extra to watch her fart in a jar or whatever. And all I kept thinking about, God, why couldn't it be like the guy with the jar that fucking tried to sit on that jar?
But see, here's the thing though, man. No dude could ever do that business. That's not a business a man could do. Nobody would buy a dude's farts in a jar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, man, you'd die.
That's what I'm not going to go down this road, but that's just one more example of how unfair this world is when it comes to men and women. Like how difficult we have it. We don't get to do those types of things. And that's too bad. That's sad. That's mourn us.
Yeah. I mean, what's the wage gap there in that industry?
So I did watch a video today. This is not in our topics, but it's on this age gap thing. Not age gap. Good God, wage gap. All right, not to take a huge left turn, but dude, somebody. So you and I, we've talked about this in our group chats. We've talked about it on the air here. And why is there? Are people getting, depending on their gender, are they getting paid different amounts of money, right? So I watched this really great 3-part video today where they were discussing this in government. And one of the guys who's he's extremely calm and level-headed.
I've seen this, but go on. It's so great.
He said he got the people across from him, which happen to be women. It is what it is. He got them who are the people doing the studies. They were talking. He asked them a simple question, and he said, "You talk about these annual wage gaps. Also, what we also know is that that the men are working 12 hours and the women are working 8 hours, and in some spots, in these studies, there was differences in time." So what he said was that, just to get to it, is there an hourly difference that is made between the two? So we keep looking at annual, and we're looking, annual is the sum of all months for a 12-month period, and that's how much somebody makes. But are we saying that two people doing the same job for the same amount of time are getting paid different wages, or are we saying that they're getting paid the same, but they're putting in different hours, and therefore their sum at the end of those 12 months are different? And they said, we don't look at that statistic. And he said, but that statistic is available from the exact same source that you're pulling your other numbers from. So why do you choose not to look at that one? And she said, well, I don't see that there's a difference in somebody sitting at a desk for, say, 12 hours versus sitting at a desk for 8 hours, because they're probably not productive for those whole 12 hours. And it was interesting to watch this kind of wiggle happen. So it made me think, what am I for here? Where do I sit on this? And I now have landed on exactly where I sit on this topic. I demand and will not stop until men and women are paid the same hourly wage for the same work. When that happens, then we're done. We did it.
We're already there.
Oh, then we're done.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm always like, okay, so you think somebody, whatever company pays, whatever, $20 an hour, and they're interviewing somebody for the position. Good callback, Patrick.
Yeah, but at least you could tell what I was saying.
Ooh, ouch.
That's not a slam on anybody, McDonald's people, really.
Need a blanket, nobody, because he also said this, Sean, when you were talking. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, no, I was too busy giving a coherent thought. He should try it on his show.
Felicia, good point. And shout out to Guyanese Gal that came in here late. But yeah, like, when I was working at Yahoo or the other company in Boston, when I was hiring someone, if you're hiring for a position and you have the let's say it's $20 an hour or whatever, it's not like I interview somebody, a guy, and yeah, the position's $20 an hour, and then I interview a girl and I'm like, oh yeah, for you it's $19 an hour or whatever,
That's not your focus.
Yeah. Well, it's also illegal.
It is, but honestly, it doesn't even come into your head like, am I gonna let me weigh this out? Oh shit, that's illegal. Like what you do is you try to get the best person for the position and then retain that person. Right. So you can get them. Retention starts the next day. So you got to pay them in a way that retains them from day 2 forward. One other thing I want to say. So I don't know who Jeff Ferguson is. Do you know who he is, Jay?
Yeah, I know. I think I know. Yeah.
So when Jeff came in, look, dude, I didn't know who he was. So he comes in, he's like, what is this show about? And so to me, he was a new person coming in, check it out. And so I have a certain picture in my head. And then now I know who he is with the, I didn't picture him. I didn't know how to take him till I saw in medical billing, the women have most of the big positions, and I'm not talking missionary. I love it. It's so fun. Okay, good. So to fill the dead air while Jay is tying his shoes.
No. I'm looking up Jeff. Yeah, I know Jeff.
We're gonna go to Rap Report Card from the '90s is out.
Oh yes.
Anybody see that? Yeah. So I forget who was it that put it out. It was Jim Jones. So back in the 80s, Kumo D did a report card with the grades for rappers on the inner sleeve of How You Like Me Now. And then Ego Trip got him to do another one at the end of the 90s. So there's one in the 80s he did with all these people, and then one in the 90s. So what's been a point of contention, well, A is just it was put on Twitter, so of course. But secondly is that who was it? I'm just loading. Mystical got an A while Jay-Z got a B. And this is back in the 90s. I don't know, by the way, for context, Tupac and Biggie are on here. So I don't know if this was like how people do it, or like who were the best of the 90s, or if he did this pre-95 when they were both alive. So I don't know if he did this while they were alive or after they passed, but either way, it was done in the 90s. But that's the thing, people. Of all these, there's probably 30 people on this list, 25 people. Of that, Mystical and Jay-Z are the two that have been talked about. Well, of course, Jay-Z, because he got a lower grade. What do you think of that?
I'm trying to see who else is on the list. Or can you go like the top 5?
I can't because it's not in order, but it's got people just skip around. Like it's got Jay-Z and DMX, Big Puns on there. Redman, Lauryn Hill got an A+, by the way. In the 90s, got an A+. Black Thought, Too Short, all those folks.
Lauryn Hill. Okay, can I say something about Lauryn Hill? Like everybody always, she had a great album. She had a great album, but fucking, do I think of Lauryn Hill as a great hip hop album?
Like
no.
Fugees? Are you talking about just her, like Misunderstood, or are you talking about Fugees?
Just her. Because people will just say her.
Yeah.
And I don't think like, oh, MC Light or Rage and fucking Lauryn Hill. If Lauryn Hill ever comes into my thoughts of like a rapper.
Yeah, and this list, because but she's not really a rapper. I mean, she does rap, but so this is for rappers. Yeah, this is not hip hop. It says rappers. Yeah. Now these are okay. So let me give you the categories. They were judged by categories or rated. So vocabulary, articulation, creativity, originality, versatility, voice, records, stage presence, sticking to themes, and innovating rhymes.
I do like that.
There is no Biggie versus Jay-Z. There is Jay-Z serving sandwiches and drinks to Biggie. Yeah, there it is right there.
So so people can get an idea of what it looks like. That's like all the Dougie Fresh is in there, and Rakim A.
Yeah, so dude, that's interesting. The Crazy Cutie says I would have probably said Queen Latifah. I like nothing about. She is so off-putting to me, and it feels like that she got super lucky. That's what it feels like to me. That's just my thing.
Ooh, ladies first.
I never got first. Her. Where she spells out her name. Isn't that one of them? She spells out something. Oh, UNITY. Good God. What a terrible song. But I also think Mama Knocked You Out is garbage too. So that tells you a little bit about me.
Watch out. Heading for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You're headed for self. All right. This is going to fucking old school shit.
But hey, on the Biggie versus Jay-Z thing, we were talking a little bit about this yesterday. Dude, Jay-Z fell into a spot. It was a vacuum thing. Growing up with you just don't like large women, Sean. Yeah, she was Crazy Cutie says that's fair, but she was still in the time period where female artists were at more of their peak. Yeah, totally. Yeah. So dude, growing up listening to Jay-Z in real time at the right age, and living with it, Jay-Z was not what Jay-Z is right now.
Oh no.
He's been completely hyped. He was never the best. He wasn't ever in the conversation of one of the greatest. Jay-Z just really, it's been a PR push, and especially when Beyonce came around, Now all of a sudden, women really got into him like in the fan sense because it was part of the Beehive now. But dude, it's really funny to sit and watch this. It's been like this for years. Like all of a sudden, Jay-Z is the one. You're like, dude, who said and when did that happen? Yeah. I still like Jay-Z. Don't get me wrong, but dude, he's just Jay-Z. Yeah, Nas, come on, for sure, destroys Jay-Z.
Nas's newest album, there's a song on there I fucking love. That I think it's Charlie Wilson's on there with it. He uses other people's lyrics all the time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like Jay-Z is, I've always kind of been like indifferent to Jay-Z. Like there's, he's got fucking bangers, public announcement, shit like that. There's certain songs that I'm like, oh, this is dope, but I'm like, I don't know. I've never been like, fuck, I love Jay-Z. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And dude, the thing too with him is that he was never around. Like it was Biggie and Pac and like it was Mace. Like Jay-Z was kind of on the periphery, dude. It was Jay-Z was kind of, he wasn't, I don't know, man. I think he's got some great lyrics. He's got some great flow. He raps like he's playing jazz. I love that shit. He follows percussion when he, I love that whole thing. But dude, he's kind of just like, and that's the other thing I was gonna say is it was weird after I remember when Biggie died. Then all of a sudden, every song Jay-Z did had something about Biggie in it. It's like, brah, get off his dick, dude. Like
that actually is a great segue to what we were talking about. So. Everybody I'm sure knows by now Bob Saget passed away, and we were talking about I've never met Bob Saget, never worked with him, heard that he was a great guy, and some people I know that did work with him said he was a great guy, but that's about the extent of my knowledge of Bob Saget is from Full House and interviews and that and his stand-up, but we were talking about so many people will post, I opened for Bob Saget once 15 years ago and he had me go get him a water. I'm just really Uncle Joey.
He's a huge fan.
Yeah. But it's like the most obscure. I was driving Uber and I picked up Bob Saget once on my way to an open mic, and I'm really affected by this. It's like, so many people, the horse shit that they post about, I don't know, dude. I didn't know the guy, so I'm like, what the fuck?
Hey, there was a comedian. I'm not going to say his name. It's nobody we're that close to, by the way, Jay. So it's not who you might think I'm saying. But let's just, so he puts up this video. It's on TikTok or Instagram or something where he's like looking to the side. And you could see that he was either rubbing his eyes or something, but he was like trying to make him red because he didn't have sad voice and shit, but it was an acted one. And dude, it felt so fake, and it was all about the dude who was saying this stuff. And it's one more moment. Jay and I were talking about, there was this girl I went to school with back in 6th, 7th, 8th grade.
Oh, yeah.
And she got kidnapped and murdered in Gresham, Oregon. Her name was Mindy Thomas, if you want to look it up. But Mindy Thomas, kidnapped and murdered. And I remember everybody at school was so sad about it. And dude, none of them liked her. She used to get picked on and shit. And and then you'd see the same people that were picking on her, all sad. And I don't know what it is in human nature that makes that happen, but good God, you donkeys.
Yeah, dude. When Patrice passed, they were talking about it. Excuse me. I never met Patrice. I never worked with him. I was 2 weeks out from working with him. You like it, don't you?
I hate it so much that I do.
But I was 2 weeks out from working with Patrice when he passed away. Everyone knows it's Mindy. Dun, dun, dun. But they were talking about on Robert Kelly's podcast, who was good friends with him, in their Remembering Patrice. They were talking about, there was a comic that put up this long post about, oh, so sorry about the loss of Patrice, and he was this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they were saying this lady had no relation to him, weren't friends. but the was at the end of this whole like, oh, we lost one of the greats and we're so sad he's gone. And hey, this weekend I'll be at Chuckle Fox, and
Right.
they're like, they used his death as a plug for their fucking
man.
shows. Yeah,
That's a comedian. Why not?
Patrici. Yeah, fucking boo. It's just, I don't know. I mean, everything I've heard that he was a great guy, and so I mean, and he did a lot for comics, helping him out and shit. And he was friends with your all-time favorite.
Yeah, Norm. But watch this. I heard he was a big cock, just a dick, just an asshole to everybody. All right, what's next?
Yeah, exactly. We don't fucking know. Side hustles at work.
Okay, so there's every TikTok thing has to get comments and then a whole story in the New York Times written about it. So that's where people get their source of news. So there's this one. I thought it was an interesting conversation. I wanted to get your thought here. So there's a girl. She works at a restaurant, and it's a service restaurant. So she's a server. Actually serves them at their table. And when people pay, if they pay with cash, she keeps a pocket full of coupons, and then she puts a coupon on it. The meal is now less money, and she then pockets that money. Essentially, for lack of better, for this conversation, she puts it in her pocket as a tip.
Right.
People are like, yeah, that's awesome. And then, no, that's stealing. So what do you think? And I have some examples of this, but what do you think of that?
Well, yeah, I saw the same thing too. And she left that job, right? Or she got another job since then? Or
I didn't see that part. Could have been. I didn't get deep into it.
But yeah, I mean, dude, well, okay. What do I think? Cool, because me, I'm a fucking weasel.
Right.
I will do anything I can to hustle or to get the best deal I can or whatever. So I could, if I was working with her and she's like, oh, I do this thing, I'd be like, great, I'm gonna fucking now do that thing too. So I don't falter for it. I would not falter at all. That would be my take from it.
Now, what some people are saying is that, well, look, you're using those coupons, but those coupons are supposed to save the customer money. So you're not only making them still pay full price, but you're taking the cut that they were supposed to save. I mean, dude, here's where I'm at with it. Is first off, I want to make this mention that I don't know who started it, but I know who's propagating it. There is a demographic, a group, a large one. They're called millennials. They and younger dude who they've created a world of rats. Everybody tells on everybody nowadays. Everybody tells on everybody. They always go tell mom and dad. And you used to keep it on the streets. Well, no, you kept it off the streets. You kept it in house. That's how my generation grew up. And you dealt with stuff that way. Well, now everybody rats on everybody. They tell on each other, whether it's on social media or they do it for some kind of cancel culture thing. Like everybody's telling on each other. Well, now they've even taken it to the next level. Now they're telling on themselves. So they're doing things and then making a video about it and then putting it up. And then all of a sudden the video is unavailable because they get fired and who knows what legalities they run into. So you're dum-dums. Quit being dum-dums. Here's how I feel about the thing, though, dude. I used to work at a hotel back in the day, this 4-star hotel in Seattle, and I started as a valet. And it was so you had a restaurant attached to it and the hotel. People would come in, they'd drop us a $5 tip to go either park their car and or bring it back. So we'd make $5 there. But because of the restaurant, those restaurant people could park using valet also, but there was a fee and it cost $10 to park there. Right. Plus they would tip you. Well, dude, the managers at the hotel, they're like, dude, do your thing. So we would charge them $10 and you'd have 40 cars come in. We'd charge them $10 a car. And when we'd bring their car back up, they'd give us the $10 and they'd usually give us a $5, $10, $20, whatever as a tip. So now you're making $15 to $40 per car because you're keeping the $10 parking fee.
Right.
Well, dude, we all did that. And I'd make $300-$400 a night when I'd work for 3.5 hours. It was baller money at 19 years old. Guess what we didn't do, though? We didn't run around telling people. We didn't make videos of it or scream it down the street. Dude, you guys are dumb. It's not about whether it's right or wrong. It's It's the agreement you have at your work and the way things are. What's wrong with this is you're ratting on yourself.
Yeah, and now they're gonna fucking close that little loophole.
Of course. When the bosses were probably fine with it because of how it works out. Everything is its own thing. It's its own variables and all that shit. And our bosses were totally just said do it. And I don't know what their reasons were. But guess what? I made minimum wage. That was the thing they would say too on these comments. Oh, well, dude, if you paid them more than minimum wage. Hey, yo, I made $3.25 an hour minimum wage. Yeah, but rent was only $500. Yeah, I made $3.25 an hour. Percentage, dude, things have changed. I'm not saying they haven't, but dude, things have always been relative to the other thing. That's just how it is. So, dude, $1 million 20 years ago was worth fucking $3 million today.
You used to get paid in beaver pelts.
Thank you.
Patrick said, if you call me dumb again, I'm reporting this channel. Probably too stupid to figure out how to do that. Crazy Cutie said, it's them flexing with no muscle mass whatsoever or brains.
Real.
Yeah. And Jeff Ferguson was asking what your R stood for on your hat, which, do you want to tell him, or I can? You can.
Yeah, it's Rainier. Seattle, or the Rainiers. The Tacoma Rainier baseball team, but Rainier beer, any of that good stuff. I'm repping Seattle area.
Which this was his follow-up to this original one. I'm wearing my Red Sox hat, and so is Jay. What is the R? Which he spelled RARE stand for?
Ugh.
Rhode Island retards, as he spelled it ARE.
Now we're just gonna discount that whole comment.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Side hustles at work. Got it. Do you have a PSA for today?
I mean, I have one about blinkers that nobody's heard yet, but I'll save that one. Let's keep going, and I'll come back with a PSA because I did have one. I just didn't write it down. I forgot.
Okay. I'm gonna do bring it back. Some of the old school listeners might remember this. Some might not. I also used to do videos on this, but I would do a worthless of the week. Would come out on Wednesday, and since this will come out tomorrow. My worthless of the week is fucking Google customer service, if you want to call it that.
Oh.
I changed it. I had parking cunts, but we'll say Google cunts. Dude, their customer service is non-existent. If you you can't talk to anyone. And their email, dude, I sent a phone back and I'm waiting for the refund. So they got the phone back, and in the time that from the time I had purchased the phone and then sent it back, I got a new debit card, new number, everything. So they tried to refund it on the old card, and I got an email, hey, you need to update your info because we couldn't put it through. So I updated the info. Done. That was like 2 weeks ago, and they were trying to put it through 2 weeks ago, right? So I called tech support. I had to call tech support, who then was like, oh, okay, we'll open up a case. And then the email is, we've escalated your case. So then I responded with, okay, cool. What's the status? How long is this going to take? And they replied with, hey, thanks, dude. I'm going to fucking read it. They've sent the same fucking email like 5 times, and I'm going to fucking kill someone.
Hey, let me ask you this while you're looking, though, dude. Did you, though, in all honesty, are you the one that thought to yourself, oh, shit, I changed cards, so I'm going to initiate the process to try to get them the new number?
No, because Bank of America was saying credit should go through, no problem. Debit? Yes.
Oh, so hey, just a little lesson for everybody too to remember. If you have a credit card, because I know this is true because I did it. If you have a credit card and you buy something, you spend $100 on something, and then 2 days later you lose that credit card and you call it in and you cancel it, so they immediately stop that card from working. And then 2 days after that, you decide, you know what? I want to return this thing that I bought. Oh, crap. I used that credit card that I canceled. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It'll just go through. The bank is smart enough on credit card purchases. It'll refund the money back to your credit card account. Don't worry about the number. It goes into your regular account, though. So just if you ever lose your card and you used credit and you need to return something, don't worry about scurrying around to get somebody the right number. It'll just go in the right account again.
Okay, so And when I say credit though, I meant a credit's coming back.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it was on my debit card. So just I'll give you the quick thing.
Should have just gone back, regardless of
Yes.
your debit card number being different.
Right. But there was some stupid shit. Why do I have my alarm on? Okay. So anyways, so for whatever reason, it hasn't gone through. I'm going to read you. This is the fucking email string I have with them. Multiple responses. They email me. This is their first one. This email regarding the chat conversation we had regarding refunds due to the technical area. I can see that the issue has already escalated and our team is working on the issue. If you have any other further questions, please feel free to write back. So I wrote back 3 days ago, why is it taking so long to be credited? They responded with, thanks for contacting Google support. I can see issue has been already escalated. Please respond on the same email you're receiving regarding refund. I really appreciate your continued patience. I responded with, I know it's escalated. When will it be resolved? They respond, thanks for contacting Google support. I can see issue has been already escalated. Dude, I swear to God, it's the same fucking email every time.
AI bullshit.
And then I responded with, yes, you've said this. And then they responded, hi.
Oh, boy.
Dude, it's the same fucking time. Dude, so if you ever have to deal with Google support, fucking just put away some time. So I just contacted Bank of America and challenged that original charge. And they did a courtesy credit. I like fucking. So that's my worthless of the week is Google's quote unquote customer service. They're fucking worthless.
Yuck. Boo. Yeah. I mean, dude, they don't have to have good customer service.
Dude, I mean, yeah. And I always, anytime, because I worked in customer service before comedy, if I'm ever on the phone with someone that's being a hunt, I will just stay on the phone with them as long as I can. I'll talk in circles. I'll act dumb if they're being a piece of shit or won't give me anything. And I'll keep like going over it. Wait, so I'm trying to understand and just to piss them off. Cause I'm like, fuck it. If you're not going to give me what I'm supposed to get, then I'll just waste your time. And then my favorite is talking to collections people. Cause I told you what I do with that, right, Sean?
No.
And anybody else want to do this? Have fun with it. So collections, whoever from collections company calls you, and then hi, we're calling about this penis reduction surgery you had. Okay, thanks. So they'll say we need to make payment arrangements, and I'm like, oh, okay, and they'll go, let's say you owe $1,000, and they're like, hey, do you want to make a payment today? And I'm like, oh, well, I can't pay the whole thing. And they're like, okay, what kind of payment arrangements? I'm like, I can do like maybe like $5 a month. and then they'll go, no, we can't do that. And then they'll keep, trying to go up higher. And I'm like, and I just keep saying, no, I'm sorry. I just really, all I can do is $5. They don't ever accept it. And so then I always ask them before they call in. So I'm like, hey, by the way, can you put a note on the account that I attempted to make payment arrangements with you and you declined it? I just want it noted on there because I tried. I all I can do is $5, bro. And they get so fucking pissed.
Yeah, you might even, you could recommend too, like, don't make any deal with them, because if you've had something in collections for say 6.5 years and you make a $5 payment plan with them, it would have just fallen off after 7 years and you wouldn't pay them anything. That's one plus. But if in the 6.5 years, as soon as you start paying them, it now starts over your time. It's another 7 years from the date of that agreement that you now have bad credit still. So even paying it off, you still have bad credit for 7 years. Best thing to do is just keep saying, will you mail it to me? Yeah, can you send it to me in the mail? I need a paper copy that you sent, and they won't do it. And then that way you haven't made any deals with anybody, but you also put forward the effort, and it keeps them off you for a while. They'll hang up on you.
I love it.
Don't restart an account though.
Oh, no. And I was reading, I mean, it's always TikTok, but there's all these different things they tell you how to get shit dropped off your credit. And so I'm like, all right, cool. Jeff or Patrick said, I thought this was going to be another playing the disability card story. I'm really tall. Can we work something out? Oh, shit. But yeah, long story short, Google fuck their customer service. It's the worst. And like you said, they don't have to do anything. It's like government workers, dude. The post office, I get that they're heroes, I guess, for working through the pandemic and everything. But postal workers or government employees are the fucking worst customer service because
Isn't that crazy. They work for us.
Yeah, but they have they'll never get fired.
Never.
So
it's impossible to get fired.
They don't give a fuck. Oh God.
They're all just waiting to retire. Those are just they're just camping in those office chairs.
It's so fucking annoying.
Yuck.
Study says people who worship celebrities are dumb.
If you are into Kim Kardashian, you are dumb as a rock. Yeah,
I'd like to be into her.
They say that study says people who worship celebrities are dumb. So they did this big study, and there is quite a large, I think it was like a 30% reduced 30% reduced cognitive ability in people who would answer things like, do you care about what your favorite celebrity is wearing today? Yeah. Are you sad that Scott and Trisha are breaking up? Oh my God, that was such a tough day last Wednesday night. And so if you start to really tear into that and think about it, like analyze it, you're like, God, yeah, man, they are dumb. Like they all start getting like voice fry, there was this epidemic that got doctors involved on TikTok with a lot of young, especially girls. Sorry, it's just the fact, man. Young girls would watch other girls with Tourette's on TikTok and then end up getting the same tics from those girls they were watching that had actual Tourette's. And so it was some kind of a Tourette subset. I mean, dude, and bro.
By the way, you mentioned voice fry, and I did I'm for the people that are in the chat and the listeners that don't know, can you explain and demonstrate voice fry? Oh, here we go. Go.
I think it was really trademarked or created by Kim Kardashian, maybe Paris Hilton. Yeah, maybe Paris Hilton. So I'll do voice fry right now. So this is when I said, oh my God, I don't believe it.
Dude, it's the fucking worst. And I did a daily video, I don't know, maybe a month ago, that guys are doing it now.
But guys are okay. Go ahead. Yep.
I forget the guy. It was some guy on a dating show, and he was like, I mean, I really like her, and like I'm like trying to be with her. Ugh, fucking yuck.
It is okay to be a masculine man. It is no, it's okay. You don't have to apologize for it. It is okay. I want to tell people that. Another thing, if you're a man that does this, or if you're a man that does.
Whoa, bro, whoa. There may be some gangbangers watching this shit.
This, you're doing it wrong. Stop it. Stop it.
They're doing what wrong?
All of it. Dude, on TikTok, you can see, so there's this thing where people battle each other. And let me just tell you what it is real quick. They sit side by side on video on TikTok. And other kids have stolen their parents' credit cards or have used their minimum wage to throw money in the form of like stars and emojis and animations to see who can get more of their people to throw to get them to win after 3 minutes. And it ends up being real money that these people get for it. So you get these guys and they go on it all the time. And then they're always like, come on, Marsha. Come on, Marsha. Oh, my God, we're going to get it. We're doing so good right now. You guys are so good. Oh, my God, I did that really fast, and it actually worked. It's that. You guys are doing so good, and we're doing all these things where we – sorry, I started crip walking. But they start doing all this. Like, dude, enough. Stop. Dudes don't do that.
This is the clip I'm going to use on TikTok. Is you go like this, come on, guys, and all this fucking horse shit.
It's the worst. If I saw a friend do that, friend of mine do that.
What if you logged into TikTok one day and me and Tyler are on the fucking thing doing that, and I'm going, come on, guys.
You want to know what? Actually, I would try to get into that call with you to get on screen, but I wouldn't do it to be funny or like, dude, I'm gonna get him. I think, seriously, I think I'd actually be angry at you guys, and I don't know if I could hold it back. I'd be like,
100%.
what the fuck are you two doing?
Yeah,
What the
100%.
fuck are you? You have a brand.
Dude, by the way, I want to go back. San Francisco 49er girl said she works for the government, and she said, worst part, I'm the customer service / billing manager.
Damn,
So-
San Francisco.
So, okay, but that brings up a question. So, how hard is it for someone to get fired that works in your customer service department? Like fired? What would like how many warnings do they get, or what entails, like what's it take to get somebody fired? Because
I worked in it. I worked at the University of Washington, dude. That's a state agency. That's government right there. And dude, you wouldn't be surprised how many that person's been here 15 years. That one's 30 years. That one's like they die in their cubicle. And it's just like you imagine, by the way. I worked at the University of Washington Tower. Anybody in Seattle knows about that. It's got the W up top. And bro, you can drop F-bombs there. Well, there's certain ones. One of them would get you fired. The other one would not.
Yeah. Yes, for real.
Yeah.
This is your gang crew. This is your
12
set.
Beamer crew. Yeah, dude. You can do anything. You're not getting fired. I mean, my boss had discriminated against me in writing, which was completely illegal. She didn't get
lot.
fired.
She says a San Francisco 49er girl says it would take a lot. It would take a crime, aka stealing, but not a bad attitude.
There you go.
Exactly. Exactly.
I agree.
Which is what we always get as the customers. Dude, the postal workers are fucking, oh my God, dude. It just is infuriating because as the customer, you have no recourse whatsoever.
Right. And to be clear too, you aren't owed anything as a customer or an employee. So you don't deserve to be bent over backwards for. You don't deserve that extra ketchup for free that they usually charge. Now, if you're cool, look, here's what I'm going to say, yo. All these people that you interact with, all you need to do is use this method called mirroring, and you'll do just fine. You might have to check your ego here a little bit. You might not get to say all the things you want to say, but what you do leave with is a positive experience. So if somebody's like, hey, man, how you doing? Right back at him, you're like, hey, bro, what's up? If somebody comes to you like, what's up, yo? You're like, shit, what's up with you? If you mirror people back and forth, and it's not being fake, but dude, just mirror people instead of just like being quick to be like, I'm waiting for him to say that wrong thing so I can call him out on it. He's going to call me guys. And the second he does, I'm going to say, I'm a woman. No, don't be ready with that. Put that back in your holster. Leave it at home.
Yeah, put that cock back. All right.
Okay. Hey, BS, what's up?
Do not mirror people who pick their noses. Oh, BS, Jeffrey. All right. What's the synthetic molecule? I bet you that's a manny one.
It doesn't matter. The other thing too, I'm going to tell you is I saw this video today where this old lady, and it's shot way back in the day, and she's a professor. She's at a chalkboard. You might have seen this too, Jay. But she's saying, now we all know what H2O is. It's 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. And if we add another oxygen to that, it's H2O2. We all know what that is. Hydrogen peroxide. Now, hydrogen peroxide, what does it do? It kills germs and viruses. But what happens when you go to a doctor? What's a doctor tell you? It kills tumor tissue. But when you go to the doctor, what's the doctor say? The doctor says you need all these prescriptions, and you're like, well, what if I just use hydrogen peroxide? No, because I don't make any money off that. Because you understand that a cured patient is a lost customer. And so what we all need to be doing every night is taking hydrogen peroxide and rubbing it all over your body. Because as we all know, she says, skin is an organ, and everything that's on your skin goes in straight to your bloodstream, thereby putting an extra oxygen in your bloodstream to kill viruses and germs.
And she died, right?
She died from a viral infection that came from a dose of germs.
What?
No, she's not.
Oh.
She died from old age.
Oh.
But here's what my point was. Let's not be so simple-minded in this world. I mean, things are logical, but dude, bleach also kills viruses and the coronavirus. So does Lysol. I don't suggest squirting it either down your throat or up your butt.
Yeah. Dude. All right. We got to start wrapping it up.
I don't know, Natasha. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you have anything you're plugging, Jonathan?
Just working on the show, production stuff.
Oh yeah. For everybody listening and on here, some huge shit coming down the pipe.
Yeah. Under construction, like this. And then the production of the show, we're stepping her up. It's going to feel the same, but way different, super fun. And in order to come watch the show, we're not going to charge you, but you do have to share it out with folks that you know and like. That's going to be the rule. It's not really, but dude, that's the new rule.
All right. And you want to plug anything?
I just did, man.
Okay. That's a new rule. All right. My plugs are...
No, that I'm working on the production of the stuff. That was my plug.
No, I know. I got it.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be great.
Sorry, Natasha.
It's going to be great, Sean.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be the best.
Can we give them any hints about some of the content, or?
We can. I just saw that Jeff here has a comment about blowing some guy in a lift ride, but let's just talk about, I haven't read it. I just kind of went over it.
I saw the words blowing in my head.
And a lift ride.
Yeah.
While watching Star Trek with a comedian.
Weird.
All right. And he saved my life.
Beam me up. I get it. Well, some of the things, there's going to be a lot of I was going to say like spur of the moment content and some there's big things coming. I just want to say that
it's going to be more than us just talking. So we're going to have things like a lot of video stuff. We have some more segments we're going to be doing, looking at some really shitty TikToks, looking at some stuff that'll for sure annoy me, so you can get more of a rise out of me. Since Phil's not around, he passed. But anyway, since Phil's not around, I need some kind of outlet, so we'll do that. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool. And then we're going to start up a Patreon. We can go ahead and say that. We're going to start up a Patreon. And, those that want to get a part of it, we can be a little more party lives. We'll be putting content up probably 3-4 times a day, and got a bunch of cool shit coming down the road.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, plugs. Let's see here. I have, if you're here in Vegas tomorrow, I'm at Buck's
Auto Supply. Dun 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 dun.
Buck's Tavern. This weekend I will be at I'm doing the Dope Show with Tyler Smith. We're doing the Dope Show in Denver, Colorado. You can go to thedopeshow.com for info on that. And then coming up, I'll be in Chattanooga, Tennessee, the 28th, 29th at the Comedy Catch. And then first week in February, I'll be at the Laugh Factory. The following week, I'm at the Comedy Cellar. And then I'll be February 16th, San Diego, 17th, Long Beach Laugh Factory, the 20th, Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, California. Oh my God, Sean, you never seem to disappoint. Oh, merch.
Yay. I was going to do that Chocolate Rain song, but I forgot how the lyrics went.
Chocolate Rain. That one. You forgot those lyrics?
Chocolate Rain.
And as far as merch, yeah. So working on one thing. I mean, we always talk about everybody's the Hula Goons. A Goon Squad shirt that may look or remind you of something. I don't know. Goon Squad. There's some other things. There's some more merch in the works. More works in the merch.
We've got to look. The point to this is we're ratcheting this thing up a notch. We're diving in.
This is the year
first. Yeah, and it's not some resolution thing. It's really been trying to move and get things situated, and it was tough getting this. I had to wait for somebody. I'm in the top of the MGM. I don't know if I said that. So that's where my studio is, and I had to wait for prior tenants to move out. So it's been a bit of a thing, but it's going to be pretty sick when we're ready to go, and it should just be soon, a week or two, man. We'll be there.
I can't wait, dude. I'm
Hell
so
yeah.
amped. So until next week, Tyler is
not here tonight.
By the way, Natasha, thank you for the Lucky Charms compliment. Yeah, there's some other. I got Casper on a Boo merch coming. You'll see it. I'm going to get it probably the next 2 weeks. You'll start seeing them. So until next week, thank you everybody that tuned in. I love you all. Until next week, Tyler is a bye.